Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one horror podcast formerly on Pornhub. Getting Off. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my esteemed colleagues today. Like that? I upgraded you guys from co-host to esteemed colleagues. She is host of the She Leads Showcase. She is one half of, and probably the most important half of Getting Off, to be honest, because apparently this show never happens if she can't be here.
It's true.
It could happen if I'm not here, but it can't happen if she's not here, apparently. So, she is Miss Katie Kinsey Bay.
I can hear myself, by the way.
Don't know why. And he is host of Botch Spots and Chair Shots, the purveyor of Rivet City Radio, a chef by trade, a mark by choice, the Will Gray.
Hi, guys. I'm just really glad to be here.
Can you also hear yourself, Will?
I do hear myself.
Why?
Which is super weird because I'm muted everywhere except for this chat box.
Yep.
What if you guys hear yourself now still?
Oh, yeah. Now it sounds super cool.
Wait.
It's like keep adding layers.
Yeah, I still hear myself.
Right,
I love technology.
You guys still want to do the watch along to Farewell to the Flesh, or you just want to nix it so you guys can hear yourselves?
I mean, I don't really care either way. I'm okay.
I can just do what I did last time and mute myself most of the time.
But I want to hear your beautiful voice. Because what we're here to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're here to talk about Tony Todd. Here, let me do this, actually. Now you guys shouldn't hear the echo.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, it's when I share that window.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. I just thought about it. It's because you're sharing the window, and when you share that window, it does all of your desktop audio. So we get what you're hearing. So you're hearing us through this screen. So we're hearing ourselves through this screen like a monitor. What we're not hearing the echo from the other studio. We're hearing your monitor from your side because you're capturing the desktop audio. Look at me being an IT tech.
The only issue with that is the only way to do this is to share the entire screen because it's in a different web browser. For you guys to hear it. Yeah. But that's
I have that
anyway.
problem with mine as well.
Technology.
The reason we're here, ladies and gentlemen, is for Tony Todd. Obviously, if you're a horror fan, you heard of the passing of Tony Todd the other day. Very sad. I actually got to meet Tony Todd in Atlanta at a horror convention. So when Kate and I were first kind of dating, one of our very first vacations together, we went to Atlanta to a horror convention. And I went there to go meet Doug Bradley. And unfortunately, Mr. Pinhead was not the most nice person that I met at a convention. He didn't really seem like he wanted to be there, which really bummed me out. But what brought my spirits up was I also got to meet Tony Todd, who was genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met. He took his time. He laughed. He smiled. He talked to us, asked us about where we came from. Kate took like 3 or 4 pictures. He's just having a good time. We bumped into him in the elevator, and he's like, "Hey, how are you guys doing?" But like, just really cool and relaxed. And when you go online and you look at everything on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, where they talk about Tony Todd, what you see is the way he engaged with his fans, the way that he gave back to his fans, the love that he showed his fans, and what a genuinely nice person he was to the people who, made him who he is. And we're going to talk his IMDb page. Horror icon as Candyman, horror legend, regardless through the span of everything, but also sci-fi, voiceover work, comic books, fucking action. Like, he's everywhere. He's in everything.
Yeah. It's been a terrible week.
It's been a really shitty week.
When I was doing prep for this, and I was looking at the stuff he did outside of the couple movies I've seen him in, and it blew my mind about the Broadway. Like, I didn't realize this. Like, he's not just a movie actor, but he does theater. And I think that's a
Theater?
very different medium for an actor. Somebody to act on stage versus acting on screen is very different.
True.
Yeah.
True. True.
Something I found really interesting. Obviously, most recently, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales. He did the voice of Venom. One of the most recent things he's done. We all know him from Final Destination and obviously Candyman. Which, you know what? I'm just going to start that. We'll do it. So, for those of you who are a fan, Katie has never seen Candyman: Farewell to the Flesh. Will, have you seen it? Okay, so this is the second Candyman movie, the last one being Day of the Dead, starring Tony Todd as Candyman, because then there's the remake and he makes the appearance, but this is with him. So they're going to watch this for the first time, and it's going to run roughly till the time we're done with the show. So we're going to start that now. And if you guys have it and you want to watch along, or you guys just want to hear us comment on the movie, we'll be doing that as we're talking about him and his career. So here we go. But I mean, he was in The Rock with Nicolas Cage, who I've been shitting on recently because of long legs. But like, that was when Nicolas Cage was still good.
Fuck you.
He was in The Rock. We talked about Final Destination. We talked about Candyman. I love Hellfest. He is, the man running the carnival. I think they call him the caller or the crier or something in Hellfest. Hatchet, another one of my favorite horror movie series that features Kane Hodder, that has a bunch of horror movie icons, Robert Englund, all of those guys. He's there doing some really cool shit. I love that picture. Think Kate would let me paint that in Zoe's room? Just on the wall?
Not a fucking chance.
Does anyone have a mirror?
A mirror?
Yeah.
Like what
Can
kind
you
of
look at the mirror and say Candyman?
I mean, I can if you want me to.
That means I gotta get up.
Oh.
I could go to the other room and do it right now, and you'd still be able to hear me.
Just imagine he shows up on Will's screen. Well, actually, we wouldn't see him. Will would just get eviscerated live on stream.
It's not
What
so
a way
much
to go.
that. Could you imagine the distress on Al? Just how she would feel about that.
Yeah, we can't do that to
Yeah.
Allison.
Let's see. So do you guys have a favorite Tony Todd role outside of Candyman? Because, like I said, he's been in fucking everything. I know you guys were looking up the IMDb, and there's stuff that surprised me. Like, I didn't realize he was the voice of the Fallen in fucking Transformers.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know that either.
Platoon. That's one of those, like, war movies, Full Metal Jacket style stuff. And I didn't realize he was in that before Candyman. Like, he had a good career before Candyman. Night of the Living Dead.
The Night of the Living Dead remake in the 90s. Star Trek. He was Worf's brother in Star Trek. And he was on Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. So he played 3 separate Star Trek characters, which I know Travis appreciates the shit out of because he's a big Trekkie.
He was in The Crow.
He was in The Crow.
Wow.
He was in The Flash.
He was the voice of Zoom in The Flash. Shout out Super Flash Hero of Tomorrow.
Whoa.
Karma.
Not quite.
Oh, boo.
Hey, listen, for a book tour and a... What?
Hold on, that other guy looks familiar.
That's, what's his nuts?
Yeah,
Could you imagine what his, like, budget is for show to show if he rips through the screen every single time like that?
Michael Culkin.
It's pronounced Macaulay.
He's another one of
Wait,
those
which guy-
actors that's in a bunch of shit.
Are you talking about this guy with the ponytail or the other guy?
This guy.
This guy.
That guy's wait, the redhead?
Yeah.
Or the guy with I was talking about the guy with the fucking ponytail.
I was talking about the ginger.
Okay. Well, both of them have been in a bunch of shit.
William O'Neill.
Neither of them are Macaulay Culkin.
Wasn't Hellfest on the list of horror movies that you had me watch last Halloween, Matt? Wasn't that one of them?
I mean, well, I don't know if I had you watch it last Halloween. I made the Will Gray list and Hellfest was on there.
okay.
And you were working
I remember watching Hellfest. I couldn't remember.
I really loved that movie.
Yeah. And I watched that one, and then what was the other one that was about a carnival?
Other one that was about a carnival. I don't know what other one was about a carnival. Like I said, so Tony Todd plays a character in Hatchet where he runs like swamp tours and he does the Louisiana Bayou like swamp tours, ghost tours thing, and they kind of shut that shit down because of Victor Crowley, but he's running it on the side and he's got a relationship with the whole thing, and he actually plays a very similar character look wise to the character that he plays in Hellfest with the purple jacket and the face paint and all of that for presentation.
He apparently played in a movie named Bitch Ass in 2020.
I've seen Bitch Ass. It's not great. He was in Xena. He was in Charmed. He was in Buffy, I think.
Wait, what?
MacGyver. Let's go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, Angel. He was in Angel and Smallville.
I used to love Angel.
Like I said,
Murder, She
Charmed.
Wrote.
Yeah, wait, where's the Charmed episode? I'd have to go back and watch it to remember that episode.
I also recently bought Masters of Horror season 1 and 2. And I've been working my way through those. And I haven't got to the episode The Beast yet, but he is in that episode as well. So. But his IMDb, just for like actor, voice actor, just insanity. Video games, movies, cartoons.
11 things that are upcoming. He will be in the new Destination.
One of the last things he did.
Yeah.
He was in Half-Life 2.
Which is good because the last Final Destination that didn't have him was the worst Final Destination. Then they brought him back and he got better again.
Yeah.
You were saying Half-Life 2, Will?
Yeah, it's a pretty it's one of those cult classic video games. It's made by the company who owns Steam.
Yeah.
Valve.
I've heard of Half-Life.
Mm-hmm.
I video game.
I video game. I've been known to video game.
Been playing backyard baseball.
Propaganda films.
That's fun.
Bill's Condom.
No, not what it said.
That's what I read.
Because you can't read.
I can read.
Nope.
I will say he does jump around. So we go from Chicago to Louisiana, as far as his origins and everything go.
Okay.
So yeah, we're in New Orleans now. So we're in Louisiana now. And I believe they're saying that
baby.
you've been there.
I've been there.
You should see Katie's bead collection.
Yeah?
There's no bead collection.
Big bead collection.
Just all the beads, huh?
But his backstory has always been a free man who fell in love with a plantation owner's daughter and then was brutally massacred due to that. Also, I saw in the original Candyman, the bees on the face were real bees, and he only agreed to do it if he got $1,000 for every bee sting that he got while doing it, and he made $23,000 from letting
Just
real
from that
bees
scene
crawl
alone.
around his face and in his mouth. Yeah.
Gangster.
That's a pretty hardcore move.
But he's got the voice, right? Like we talked about him in the new Spider-Man game, him as the Fallen, the narration and just the way he delivers in Final Destination to be the voice of death, the narrative of what's going on and how death works. He's got that creepy presence. He's got that look. He's got the size. He's got all of that. And then on top of that, he's got that voice and delivery.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the motherfuckers that look really, really scary that are like some of the nicest fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
Like me.
Just like you, Mateo.
Debatable.
This feels like Dangerous Minds.
I was literally trying to remember the name of that movie. I was like the one with the Coolio song.
Dangerous Minds, baby.
Why are you just making a mess?
She's being creative.
Or people weren't allowed to be creative in the 90s. They were communists.
Who's her brother?
Oh,
Ginger. The Ginger's her brother.
Oh, shit.
Who's that? I don't think it is, but you know who that looks like, right? That looks like Angel.
I was going to say that.
David Boreanaz, is that his name?
That is his name.
Aurora Borealis?
Yeah, Aurora Borealis. Yeah.
I love seeing Tony Todd in, like I said, stuff like Hatchet, Wishmaster, which Katie, I made you watch, because you get to see all of those horror icons together. You see the actors that play Kane Hodder and Robert Englund and Candyman, and they all come together.
The actors that play Robert Englund and Kane Hodder.
And Candyman, yeah. Freddy Krueger, the actor that plays Robert Englund, and Jason, the actor that plays Kane Hodder.
Hey.
that's true. Captain Spaulding played Sid Haig.
He does. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Otis plays Bill Moseley.
That's right.
Ooh. That's not how that works.
It's not how that works at all.
You know, if Ancestry.com existed back then, this would be a completely different movie.
She looks so disgruntled.
She hasn't been late since her father died. Of course she's disgruntled.
Good
Well, I
reason.
guess her husband, the main character's daughter. Her father.
Are you okay?
I'm not, dude. You know that I got off the podcast last night and then went to work and worked from 1 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon, and then came home and got like a 3 to 4 hour nap. So words aren't real right now, but I'm here and I'm alive.
And neither are birds.
Birds are real, Will. Robots are real, birds are real. Mm. What?
Huh?
Katie had a look on her face.
A look of confusion.
No, I was trying to figure out why I know that guy.
You know everyone in this movie. All of them.
I do.
So her brother is being blamed for the murder because he assaulted that guy.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Accosted him. Aurora Borealis.
He looks like a creep.
Or an alcoholic. So I believe what's going on is Ethan's upset because his father was researching and he believes died at the hands of Candyman, and that dude was selling the book and spreading the myth, and he is trying to stop the myth. So he actually took credit for murdering the dude so people didn't think it was Candyman, to try and like think Freddy. You know, if they're not afraid of him, it doesn't exist. The legend of Candyman only continues to have power and exist as long as people believe in it and say his name in the mirror. So he's like, there is no Candyman. I did it. He's trying to squash the shit.
I'll do it.
That makes sense.
We talked about this like 20 minutes ago, Will. You were supposed to get up and do it. And then you were like, well, no, because when I get eviscerated, Al will be sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That happened.
It did.
I mean, there's a chance I won't get eviscerated.
There is a chance. So you have Candyman. You have to say his name 5 times. You have Bloody Mary, which I believe is 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Are there any other urban legends or folklore characters whose names you have to say in a mirror to summon them?
So if I have to do it, Candyman 5 times and Bloody Mary 3 times, could I like lace them together and have
No.
like a menage, just obliteration?
Oh, the Bell Witch.
Bell Witch, that's a good one. I like how you typed it instead of just saying it.
She's participating, all right, Will?
Just boosting the algorithm and helping find new listeners. He looks like he was told, you're a prisoner doing hard time, now act like it.
Why can't you just accept that your brother's a murderer and move the fuck on? Just let him be who he wants to be.
Could you imagine how crazy she must feel to know her brother's innocent, but he doesn't want to accept the innocence, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a mind fuck. What are these subtitles for ants?
I can't change. I don't think I can.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, no, it's just on or off.
No, I know. On the shared screen, though, they look super tiny. That's all. I'm just talking shit.
I will say I do enjoy exposition from a radio host in movies. It's one of the few things about Halloween Ends that I really liked. Maybe you're just old and have old man eyes.
That's true.
No, they're small for me too. But I have bad eyes.
I do have bad eyes.
No. The two people with glasses can't read the tiny subtitles.
Fuck you.
To be fair, though, I'm also looking at my other screen over here, which is all big and blown up.
Yeah, so fuck you.
You know you can make it full screen, though. In StreamYard. Yeah, so Vince gave me an autographed Aleister Black shirt, 3 sizes too small for me because me and Vince are built different. And it's small on him. So this is an Aleister Black t-shirt that's signed by Aleister Black before he became Malachi. Hi, Tommy.
Hola, Tommy.
What about Will? Oh, there it is.
I would like.
Does that make you feel special?
I'd like to argue the fact that somebody who's cooked in the city of New Orleans, there's not a single motherfucker in that city walking around in a neckerchief and a chef's coat with Houndstooth chef pants on.
Did you cook in the 90s?
No.
Well, then. It was
This
the
is what,
fashion back
98?
then.
I'm sorry, were we all just ignoring the couple having sex on the balcony?
Let's do it. I mean, I would.
Day of the Dead was 99, so Farewell to the Flesh was 95, I want to say.
Oh, shit. That was 10 years before I was in New Orleans then.
92.
A little over 10 years. Almost, yeah.
Yeah, 95. So there might have been a neckerchief back then. Scooby-Doo was very popular in 95.
That's like a really old school way to chef it up.
I have not seen your face in literal months because I work a lot. You are a real boy. You're a real boy. Also seems like an excuse to me because Tommy, I remember, used to, hop in from work, and then we got to see all of his lovely coworkers in various states.
He was DJing one night at one of the clubs, the nicer, higher end clubs, as it were. And in the back of the DJ booth, there was a mirror. And we didn't realize it till we were like 20 minutes into the episode. And
I was
Kyle
there.
was like, oh shit, we can see the TV behind Tommy. And we realized that we could see everything that was happening on the stage in Tommy's background. It was awesome.
The plantation that your family owned, your dad loved that place. Red flag.
I don't know why you were talking about Tommy. I was like, Tommy, what? I know your dad. He doesn't know the plantation.
Tommy, I don't think that's
his living room.
The way you say that.
A hand-me-down phone.
It's hand me down, as in Somebody handed it down to you. It used to be theirs.
Hand me
You're
down.
good. Listen, I'm here to educate.
I'm here to
Flex my
masturbate.
titties.
Whoa.
You're here. Wait, you're here to what?
To masturbate. Because you live in the South. I do.
That's for talk.
Oh.
Why is that baby choking that snake? There was a little statue, like a fountain, and it was like a cherub, a little baby angel, and he was just like hugging the head of a snake.
For fun.
Yeah. That
Or
was a
Allison
little known
said, is
match.
America?
Yeah. WrestleMania 2. Cherub versus Jake the Snake Roberts Snake. It was in the Chicago show, not the New York show.
Could you imagine going back to like? What did you say?
Matt. I was just gonna say, if you walked into a house and it looked like that, like I would immediately just assume haunted.
I was gonna say, could you imagine having like a family home that your dad has pictures of and talks about and drives you by, and you go there, and it's a fucking crack den?
It do be trapping, that's for sure.
You do be cracked out.
Henny, what's the matter?
Oh, sure, sure.
Oh yeah. No, you're not. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going into an abandoned house, regardless of the state, and I find a mattress and clothes and shit on the floor, I'm immediately leaving before whoever was sleeping on said mattress and clothes on the floor finds me. Hey, it's the Crow.
Oh my god, it's Edgar Allan Poe.
I'm back.
Well, yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You should probably listen to the guy in the Canadian tuxedo with the earrings and the goatee.
He does kind of have a specific style.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to play in the old slave quarters?
Because white people.
Yeah. Watch where the fuck you're walking, bro. You can't take white women anywhere.
Excuse you.
Especially
You're
not for the
telling
next
me
4 years.
you wouldn't want to investigate the creepy house?
What?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Not if people were already in there.
Would you go down the fucking throat tunnel?
No.
$20 is $20, bro.
I had to relocate rooms because Will's dog now insists I lay with her on the couch at night and will whine until I do. Aww. I want to get that tattooed like in my pelvis area. Sweets to the sweet, like just above, you know.
I thought you were talking about the, sweets to the sweet would be dope though.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
If hot like sauce doesn't work out, Will, you and I can collaborate on ideas for a horror themed barbecue shop and menu. We'll just call the dessert menu Sweets to the Sweet. We'll have different horror themed desserts.
Next October, I'm doing a pop up, and it's going to be horror themed, and all the servers are going to be in costumes.
And the three of us need to brainstorm that.
The one we're doing in January is a murder mystery dinner. They're going to off me. They're going to off me, and then all the guests are going to have to figure out during the meal who did it.
We all know who did it.
It was Al.
Allison's been talking about getting rid of you to replace you with me for years now.
Look at that old ass range.
95.
I know what I know him from.
What?
What's that?
Black Sheep. Chris Farley, David Spade.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
See, I know movies.
You do know movies. I'm really glad that you've watched so many since you met me that
I hate you so much.
You've done really well in the last 2 years.
when I met Tony Todd, I told him, like, you should meet my friend Katie. She never saw a movie before she met me, and now, big movie fan.
I hate you.
That's why I go to YouTube now, Allison. It was fucking me on trivia. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't be 30 seconds behind everyone who was getting the answers on trivia by watching on Twitch.
Whoa. Why do all the women in this movie have the same haircut?
95, bro.
White women in the 90s.
Uh-huh. They're all named Amanda or Jessica.
What did you draw, bro? So why were you beating him up for that? That's a really good sketch. You crawled down his throat in the plantation that your family owned.
She didn't know exactly what all that was.
But she knew how to, crawl down that throat though.
She is absolutely giving off like great value Michelle Pfeiffer from Dangerous Minds with the leather vest and the hair, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Say my name 5 times, I come too.
Yeah. Would her previous actions make her the throat goat? Or at least in the conversations for that?
I think Helen's still the throat goat because there is that in the first Candyman. She came up through the throat and out the mouth. She didn't climb down the throat. She came in the other way.
That's what she said.
Don't do it. What are you doing?
Uh-oh. If I join the link on my phone and go to the bathroom with you to do it, you guys would be able to see me that way.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I think that's what I'll end up doing.
So for those of you who just hopped in and are tuning in, we are watching Candyman Farewell to the Flesh in honor of Tony Todd. Will and Katie have not seen it. I don't know if Allison's seen it or not. And I don't know if she's watching with Will or not. Possibly, maybe.
No, she had to go to the other room.
Oh yeah, she went to the other room, that's right. So she's not anymore. But we're also sharing stories. I talked about how I got to meet Tony Todd, how awesome he was. We're going over movies and things that he's been in, our favorite moments. So if you're in the chat and you're a Tony Todd fan, you have a favorite character, a favorite movie, because he's been in, we've talked about friggin' everything. Candyman movies are actually pretty fun, and it's a really cool concept. I love the urban legend aspect of it. I might be a little more biased because the first one takes place in Cabrini Green in Chicago, but I was talking to a coworker, and he said that it used to scare the shit out of him because Cabrini Green was basically in his backyard growing up, so like he'd watch it, then he could see everything.
Oh,
because he's a little older than me. Hey,
best part about a horror movie. She's like, "What are you doing back there?"
anal. I don't know. He just are you one of those guys, Will? You pass right out after?
100%.
No, see, I'm up.
Uh-uh.
I'm all about aftercare. I get up, I get a towel, get her a glass of water. When I smoked, we used to go out and have a cigarette afterwards. No titties yet, Allison.
No.
She just took her shirt off, and we saw like the back of her bra.
Still enough.
And they skip past the sex scene.
Boo.
To him taking a nap. Keep telling yourself that. Because your fuck buddy's about to die. Actually, I think it's her husband.
What is he making?
You tell me, chef.
Well, I can't tell. They look like some weird pancake waffles. A poffle, if you will.
You make a good poffle?
No. I make a great poffle. Oh my goodness.
The seductiveness. Because Freddy's a perv and a creep, right? But he's not seductive. Like, he...
Got that voice.
And just the way he talked, because even in the first one, like, he's seducing Helen, right? Throughout as he slowly drives her crazy. I bet you did.
I did too.
Could you imagine having sex with your wife, going, making her food, coming back, and finding her in the bathroom with a black man that was not in your house previously?
I was literally about to make that joke. I was gone for 5 minutes. Where the fuck did this guy come from?
He's been in the bathroom the whole time, just waiting for you to leave.
It's really just an OnlyFans video, and he was a cuck, and he watched the whole time.
That was why he was sleeping. He passed out after watching. Oh, yeah. Yep. Bye, Paul.
He got hooked.
Oh, right in the mouth.
I said not in my mouth. Just letting gravity rip him in half.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not the part of the hook that rips. He's just a million bees in a human suit.
A million bees in a human suit.
Maybe wipe your husband's blood off your lips. I feel like if Kate got gutted and shot blood directly into my mouth, the first thing I would do was wipe it away. I wouldn't just like take the shot in the lips and just be like, topper.
I always take the shot to the lips first.
But you wipe your chin after.
I'm a gentleman. I like that suit. She looks like she's having some weird reaction to homeboy's blood on her mouth, though. That shit on her lips got some shit on his lip.
Allergic to her husband's blood.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? She wasn't even. Anyway. Wonder where Katie went.
I don't know. There she is.
I'm right here.
Have you been there the whole time?
I just got back.
Oh, okay. What's she eating? Candy?
Sheets?
Man?
No.
You're eating sheets?
It's like the Wawa, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like food.
Gas station food. Okay. We don't have Wawa or sheets.
We're getting a Buc-ee's like 10 minutes down the road.
A what?
A Buc-ee's.
I've heard of
Yeah.
Buc-ee's. Do you guys have
They're also
Casey's?
putting Tim Hortons like right down the road as well. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get some Canadian cuisine.
Yeah, some of them Timbits. What did you get from Sheets, Katie?
Sheets. She's eating sheets.
Fuck off. I got boneless chicken, Wisconsin cheese bites, and mac and cheese bites.
Fuck yeah.
So, cheese curds.
Wisconsin cheese bites?
Wouldn't that be cheese curds?
Yeah.
I've never heard them called Wisconsin cheese bites before.
That's what she calls them.
So what you missed was Candyman seduced her in the bathroom and then shoved his member through her husband's chest. And then blood shot out and hit her directly in the mouth, and she just chilled with like the blood on her mouth. And then he like gutted Paul, her husband, and she watched. And then the cops came and they were like, "What happened?" And she's like, "He had bees coming out of his face and he had a hook for an arm." And they're like, "Well, it is Mardi Gras, so that could be anybody."
Could have been anybody.
On the bright side, at least Paul got laid one last time before he died. Like, oh, and Aurora Borealis was basically saying, if your brother's innocent, then you're guilty. Yeah, because that's how that works.
Science, really.
Her husband just died, and you're like, tea time. Hi, honey.
Man,
We're talking about how fucking seductive he is.
yeah, he's got the voice.
I'd smash.
I want to use that line. Swallow your horror and let it nourish you.
Damn.
Oh, Mom. It was just a dream.
Boo, it was a dream.
Boo. It was just a dream. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Little or big?
Do you want any? She's making popcorn.
Mm.
And we have 2 different size bags. Little bags for when it's just me and a big bag for when she wants some too.
How rich is your family? Like, they lost the plantation. How much more money can you still have? Because having that kind of phone back in the 90s and people to send up. You were just beating the shit out of them. What do you know, Mom? Streamathon?
What is that?
Your little cracker.
Oh.
Apparently, they're not used to seeing Michelle Pfeiffer in that neighborhood.
It's not Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, it's discount Michelle Pfeiffer.
You're discount Michelle Pfeiffer.
Dude, I wish. Bet you know him too.
Don't think I do.
It's Reverend Dion.
Stop.
You know what he's here to do?
Testify.
What if I'd switch it up and been like, he's here to get the tables?
Ooh. It's really alarming that all of his hair is that gray, but there's not a lick of gray hair in that man's mustache. Not one.
I think John has gray hair in his head, but not in his beard. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen his pretty face. I know he's got grays in his hair.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have miraculously not grown any grays yet 37.
I've got gray in my beard.
I can see it. We know what it's from too. I mean, mine's bleached out here, but it's not gray. It's like blonde, right on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. Sweets to the sweet.
That kid was
That's
such a
not
good
true.
fucking artist.
He really is. I should have lived in New Orleans. You get to dress up on Halloween and Mardi Gras in costumes?
I mean, nothing is stopping you from dressing up every day.
Society.
Fuck society. That kid just threatened me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Aw, poor kitty.
Dress like the job you want, not the job you had. That little kid said, I want to be the Pope, motherfucker.
I'm drunk, I'm stupid, please let me sleep.
That's amazing.
Call her a dumb bitch. Candyman. He looks so much better, all cleaned up and clean shaven. I want people to build an altar to me. If anything happens to me, will you guys like build an altar in your cities to me, like candles and a portrait of me, just like up somewhere in an abandoned building?
I already have one.
Start an urban legend about the ghost of
The
Matt
Riddler?
Ritter. I'm gonna give you the Katie finger. You gotta have the thumb up.
It's classy.
No, that's classy.
I was literally about to say no, you would put your pinky up then.
I don't like that.
Pinky's up for Ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remember? Do it. To be fair, in this scenario, I'd rather be the twos than the ones.
No, man. You never lived till you had a finger in your butt.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the finger in the butt. That was the
It's
point.
very true, though. It's very true.
Oh, wow.
You think he paid extra for that?
So y'all are just gonna stalk her? Why are you spilling all over yourself, bro? Well, I guess if she's gonna do that.
That's why.
I'm not gonna lie, like the whole sweets for the sweet thing and all that does sound better with the southern accent, and I feel like it does fit New Orleans more than Chicago.
It does.
My daddy's dead, bitch. Yeah. So, like, is that his whole shop? Is just snow cones?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big building to just have like a snow cone machine and a drive-through window.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough operation, but they say snow cones and revenge are best served cold.
And Matt, it would be a walk-through window, not a drive-through window.
It'd be a walk-up window.
Fuck you, I was right.
I love a secret door.
That's all New Orleans is. Secret doors.
Yep.
So, how are you guys
Secret
feeling
door.
about this Candyman movie so far?
Eh.
I like it. I trimmed my mustache, and there's one that's still too long, and it's like going in my mouth every time I like go to eat some popcorn.
I hate that.
Yeah. And it's just like one little bit of hair, like one tiny little bit. The worst. Stupid dog. I threw her a piece of popcorn and she went to catch it, but she's too tall now. So she went like this and just whacked the bottom of my desk.
I love that you said that as the comment, you better not be giving those dogs popcorn, is on the screen. Good job, Bo.
They're all three right here at my feet.
I thought Allison was cuddling with one on the couch.
Mm-mm.
Break the mirror, break the curse. Nobody knows. That's not good.
No, that didn't take long.
Nope. It's your room. If you don't recognize it, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh man, there's all these bees crawling all over this thing. I better touch it and investigate.
Now that guy has bees in his mouth.
Speaking of bees and honey, did you know they made a special limited edition Uncrustables that is honey and peanut butter?
Is it
I
good?
would.
I have heard of honey and peanut butter Uncrustables.
I have no.
You know my favorite thing about Candyman is?
What's that?
Howdy ho, neighbors.
Radio.
He murders motherfuckers and then frames white women for all of his crimes.
Because white women in the 90s.
Like Helen got framed for all the shit he was doing. Now her.
This bitch is getting. What's her name?
Annie.
Annie.
Yeah.
This bitch.
Like, they gotta know that she's not strong enough to do that.
Women can do anything, Katie, besides be president in the United States of America.
Hell hath no whatever like woman scorned or whatever. Fury. That's the word.
Yes, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I prefer hell hath no whatever like a woman scorned.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, fury. That's the word. You got to say it all together.
I can see why Caroline fell for him.
I told you, smash.
With the hook and the bees, still smash?
Maybe not the bees, and if he cleans the hook.
Okay.
You think he could unscrew the hook and replace it with? Never mind.
Probably no. I don't think he could.
Versatility's sakes, I would try to figure out some way to like exchange that hook for something that's a little bit more or less murdery.
Fair.
Especially for sexy time.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Did
she's
Candyman impregnate her?
no. Paul impregnated her, and then he murdered the baby daddy.
Unless
Candyman did an immaculate conception.
Dr. Umar would not be a fan of Candyman. He is all about the white women.
true.
Well, the Bible's not going to help you figure that out. Trust me.
The Bible's not real.
Birds are.
Birds aren't real.
Nothing is real.
We live in a simulation.
That's real.
Nope, sorry, can't say it.
Horns on my head.
Do all three. That's an elegant bird right there. That's what that is. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
An elegant bird.
It's got its wings out. It's to assert dominance. Yeah.
What's up, Bagley? I know I already said howdy ho, but
Howdy-o.
the fuck you know about Daniel Robitaille? Preacher man?
Daniel Robitussin?
Steal my gimmick now?
And what about it?
Did you see the look on it? That was great. So he hands her the birth certificate, and she's like, he was born on the Esplanade plantation. That was my family's home. That's where I was born. And the look of like, excuse me?
This bitch.
I got a slave owner's ancestor standing next to me.
The audacity.
Terrible.
See, now, again, I thought that in the first one, they said that Daniel Robitaille was a free man, which is why he was able to draw and paint the plantation owner's daughter. Maybe he was born a slave and was set free.
That
But I remember them. I remember the original narrative being he was actually a fairly well-to-do free man who was commissioned to paint plantation owner's daughter. They fell in love. Slipped through the BBC. Daddy, I'm mad. Beloved, may you suffer no more.
Caroline.
Sullivan. Bum, bum, bum.
Would have been really funny if they put beloved mother of Kevin. Just a little like Easter egg for wrestling fans.
What if every movie had like a little Easter egg to wrestling fans?
Ooh. That'd be a good sweaty session.
Yeah. I have good ideas.
Sweaty
about
session, question of the week.
Yeah. Where you could put it. Ooh, that would be a good creation conversations topic too. Like inserting an Easter egg into a movie.
I like her
You're
to
a
say
dumb.
karma.
That's what you get.
Whoa.
Instant
Yeah.
karma.
Yeah. I was going to say,
That
he's
is
got
fun.
something in his teeth that was really distracting. First thing I noticed.
One thing about Tony Todd, he loves to chuck a motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
Throw him like a
It's my
sack
strong
of
arm.
potatoes.
Oh,
Oh shit!
he was resisting.
He was not-
I mean, theoretically, he was. He shoved a cop and ran away, and they think he killed the other cop.
Oh my fucking god, he fucking did.
You better set your alarms and lock the doors, because that'll keep the Candyman out.
He can do that, like the walkthrough thing, though. That's not going to stop him.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah, I guess that. Sarcasm.
That's what South Carolina told them to do about the chimpanzees that got loose.
Just shut the
Lock your
doors.
Lock your doors and shut your windows, yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
I don't even want to know what those chimpanzees are carrying.
They told us that
14
they
diseases.
weren't. Yeah, they said they weren't old enough to have been given any vaccines or anything yet because they were still in the adolescent stage of their lives. but they had only ever been raised in captivity.
Imagine watching that.
I'd be like, so magic real.
This was before found footage existed, so she officially has watched the first found footage film.
Shout out. Don't you hate it when you get jump scared by your daughter?
By outing you as an eighth black? You are.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my purse!
Well,
Well,
find the fuck out.
Daddy.
Great great grandfather?
Daddy. It's the way that she's standing.
Someone get that woman a tampon.
That's her stomach.
You could stick a tampon in it.
I guess. For what?
Huh?
Sorry.
I noticed some awesome people.
Yeah, that's us.
Aw, you think I'm awesome?
You gotta get better at reading these comments, bro. You keep looking at this
I'm
screen.
trying to watch a movie.
Oh, you keep looking at us.
Yeah, directly at you in the eyes through the glasses. I'm watching the
Yes.
reflection of the movie in your glasses.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Oh, now you're sorry. She's more upset about her mom dying than she was her husband, and her husband got her pregnant.
Yeah.
Everyone you love is dead.
Husbands can be replaced. Your mom can't. True.
Say something. Say she's not down here.
Party.
I really want to go to Mardi Gras.
It is.
Tell that to everyone that's ever been adopted, Allison. I watched Knock at the Cabin the other day. That girl had 2 daddies.
She had 2 dads.
2 dads.
That puts her up 2-0 on me and Katie.
Oh.
Bazinga.
This is the second watch along that a dad joke has been made about me, and I'm not sure how I feel about this.
It was also a dad joke about me, so I'm laughing with you.
Fair enough.
I want to know more about the girl in the bunny costume.
Freak.
She's dead.
She is not dead.
They're all dead.
This looks like so much fun. I'm very one of the few things that in my 20s when I was still scumbag mad, I wish I was able to experience.
Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm. There's a small city outside of New Orleans called Lafayette, and they do a little baby version of Mardi Gras. After you experience the French Quarter, go there instead and do theirs every year. Same vibe, just less
I do love the French Quarter.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Katie?
I said I loved the French Quarter.
Mm-hmm. Again, New Orleans is my favorite city on the planet, not named Nashville.
It's a beautiful city. They both are.
Oh, we went and got food at this place on Friday called Reps. But while I was there, I was thinking of you. So I got BLT. Will food. Whenever it's food, I'm thinking of Will. So I got a BLT, but they do the BLT on Texas toast with beer cheese.
Fuck yes.
And then I got barbecue smothered fries, but they're waffle fries covered in pulled pork and barbecue sauce.
Nice.
They've got a chicken sandwich. Originally, they only had 3 things on the menu. It was a chicken sandwich and then 2 versions of a cheeseburger. One was a triple cheeseburger and one was a double cheeseburger, and then fries. And their whole gimmick is the burger is so good served plain with the way that they season and everything that you don't need add-ons. So if you want add-ons, if you want your lettuce, your tomato, whatever, it all costs extra.
That makes sense. That sounds real good.
It was really good. This is scary.
Yikes. Ew. Not in the poop water.
Oh,
A staircase falls on her in the poop water. That sucks.
That's a shitty day.
yeah, Matthew, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Matthew, get the fuck out of here.
That was his fault.
Okay, bye.
Poop water is 100% Matthew's
Whole
fault.
stream.
I just got
No,
this.
you're in here. If I leave, you're still here. It'll still go.
But the movie won't play.
Yeah.
If I leave this call, oh yeah, no, I guess no. If I leave this call, you guys will still have the movie playing in the other StreamYard because I'll still be in the other StreamYard.
Yeah.
Speaking of, how much time's left on this movie?
Probably like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. Ah!
Well, I knew we were like 5 to 9 minutes in before I actually hit play, so.
She cleaned her face up awful quick for somebody covered in poop water 3 minutes ago.
For somebody who left blood on her mouth until she got to the police station.
Yeah.
She's
She
great.
draws the line at fecal matter, Mateo. Blood, yes.
I get it.
No.
I get it. Same.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, poop. It's just not my thing.
Same. Katie, feelings on poop?
Why are we talking about this?
Is poop pro or con?
It's topical. She's covered in poop water, Katie.
She's not covered in poop water anymore.
Yeah.
But no poop.
Fair.
There are so many elements here. So you have.
So Katie is team 2, not team 1.
I'm also team 2.
She's like, why am I your friend?
They took your hand.
Apparently, he did.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see the whole thing.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Look how much bigger his hands are than hers.
Big hand.
You know what that
You know what they
means?
say about dudes with big hands?
Mm-hmm. Filled with bees.
This is oddly sexual. Like you cut his hand off, but now you're lathering him up in honey.
I would have rubbed honey on Tony Todd.
I also don't think you can. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think honey is a viable lube.
No. That much sugar, you'll pretty much turn your lady friend into a loaf of sourdough bread.
Ooh, bread.
That is
Also-
terrible CGI.
Where the fuck
Oh,
does goddamn bees come from?
they said we want that honey.
What about the hook? Did they shove the hook in yet? Did I miss it?
No, they didn't.
He's called Candyman. Why are there bees and honey? Shouldn't he be Bee Man or Honey Man? So it's the sweets to the sweet. They were smearing the honey on him, and then they started chanting Candyman because now he was chocolate covered in honey. I'm not wrong.
Man.
Caroline.
Caroline was fine as fuck. I don't blame him.
Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
We were singing
Bum,
different
bum,
songs.
bum.
I know we were, but
I like mine better. Oh, he's crying.
I mean, she is currently right now looking at him.
She's pretty much looking him dead square in the face. Do you know this man?
Excuse me, have you seen this Candyman?
Who wins in a
Makes
fist
zero
fight,
sense.
Candyman or Jason Voorhees?
Candyman.
Okay.
Well, so Jason Voorhees is essentially, again, and I've made this argument many times, he's a zombie, but Jason can be killed. Candyman is essentially Freddy Krueger in the dream realm. He is a ghost. He is a spirit of vengeance. So, as much as I love Jason, Jason is not intelligent enough to find the mirror and destroy the mirror. He would just continue to attack Candyman, and Candyman can vanish and show up in places and just keep stabbing Jason with the hook while trying to, seduce his mother.
Dude, that's how Candyman would beat Jason Voorhees. He would just marry Mrs. Voorhees and become his stepdad. Break the mirror. on his face.
They changed it again in the third one. I can't remember if it's a different mirror or if it's a painting, but it's something else.
She better hurry up. They blew their CGI and practical effects budget on this flood. Wait. He has supernatural powers. Why is he drowning?
Because even the Candyman can't hold back the flood.
Yeah, what he said.
There's some symbolism there. Whoa.
Matthew, go get help. All right, I'll go get all of the other students in your class. Fuck
Yeah.
the police.
I'll get the only other characters who weren't. Like,
Matthew, what the fuck? Why didn't you get an adult? God damn
Because
it.
Matthew
Yes.
has a dangerous mind.
Mm-hmm.
boo.
This is the prequel. He leaves this because he just saw this shit go down, so he leaves New Orleans and he goes to inner city Chicago and becomes Michelle Pfeiffer's student in Dangerous Minds.
Ah.
Now all of a sudden he doesn't have to worry about the water. It was just for show.
I want to see him like punch through her face with the hook.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no. On his other hand.
This is why you weren't allowed to play in the slave quarters, Annie.
This is why.
mm-hmm. Get this stupid house spinning in place.
Was there
There's no
involved
place
type
like
shit?
home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Mm-hmm.
They've got miniatures that's really just like a bathtub with water swirling around and like a little playhouse. Play Freebird.
Oh yeah, it's Ash Wednesday now.
Like from Pokemon?
No, that was Ash Ketchum.
Oh.
Stupid ass.
You just handed me that one.
I did. I gotta talk to Kate. I know what her Halloween costume is gonna be next year. It's gonna be Ash Wednesday. I'm gonna go as Ash. She's gonna go as Wednesday. Together we're gonna be Ash Wednesday.
That's
Oh
good.
my god. You better write that down so you don't forget.
I'm gonna text her right now.
No, she needs to be Ash and you need to be Wednesday.
Yes.
That works too. Next year, Halloween, Ash Ketchum Bus Wednesday Adams.
Al wants to do Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth next year, but she wants to be Macho Man and wants me to be Miss Elizabeth.
I was gonna say, so you're Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
As you should be. Caroline.
Caroline.
Calculator to divide.
What kind of, when you get a little bit older, baby, I'll tell you the story about how your great grandfather was a spirit of vengeance who murdered everyone in our family and almost tried to kill me.
Feels like
And
a
I
great.
named you after your great grandmother that he impregnated out of wedlock.
But they loved each other.
They did love each other, and that's all that matters. Oh, don't tell me you didn't make a.
She did. She made a mobile using part of the mirror.
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys rank this on horror movie themes? What?
Top 10? 5? Maybe?
Who the fuck taught you that, kid?
Yeah, what the hell?
How about you take the mobile out? I don't think she needs it anymore.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't need it. She's like
Yeah.
8.
That was unfortunate.
So, thoughts?
It wasn't bad. Ah.
I would say watching that one after seeing the other one, I worry that this franchise is one of those franchises where it's essentially the same movie every time, just with a different like plug and play for the equation.
Kind
You
of.
know?
There's only 3 movies in the franchise, though, not counting the remakes. So
Fair, but you see what I mean? Like it seemed like a lot of the same stuff from the other movies, just
in New Orleans.
yeah.
Nolans.
Not a bad movie at all. Rightfully in its place, but being a horror icon and everything we discussed, the theater roles, all the movies, the video games, the music, like everything the man did in his career, absolutely all warranted, 100%.
And for what?
He was goated.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, when you look at other actors who are famous for playing characters, your Robert Englund's, we all love Kane Hodder as our Jason, who has also done a lot of other things. Mainstream wise, like other mainstream movies and horror movies and everything, I feel like Tony Todd is above
Everyone else.
everyone else.
100%.
Yeah.
He's transcended multiple medias.
I think that's the true standpoint on somebody like when you think of the term mogul. You know what I mean? Somebody who's done more than one industry, and he definitely did. Like he went across video games and music and theater and like everything he did, voice acting, like producer works, like he did everything as far as like Hollywood goes.
100% Mount Rushmore of horror icons, actors.
For sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. Candyman's up there. Like I said, probably top 10, easy top 10, maybe as high as top 5 all time as far as like horror bad guys.
I was going to say the only actor that I can think of that portrayed a horror character that as an actor I would put above Tony Todd would be Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter, because
That's a little different. I would
it is
say
a little different, but that's what I'm saying. It being different, that's the only one I can think of. And I'm in a room, I'm looking around surrounded by iconic horror characters and the actors that played them, so on and so forth. I mean, you could maybe even argue, I don't know if I would, fucking Tim Curry, maybe.
Yeah.
but I'd say on par.
I would put Tony Todd up there with like an Eric England or like Jason Voorhees. What's his name? Kane Hodder? Is that what you said? Yeah. I would put him up there with those guys. I wouldn't put him in the same genre as an Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lamb, though.
I was just talking about actors who played iconic horror characters.
No, fair.
Like,
I get that too. Yeah.
Kane Hodder and Robert Englund have done a lot, but haven't really broke out. The biggest things that they've done were Jason, were Freddy,
And
they never really, and Zombie Strippers. They never really, but again, in other horror works, other mainstream horror works, we've talked about Final Destination. We've talked about TV shows that he has acted in. We've talked about voice work. We've talked about video games. We've talked about all of these other things that he has done in mainstream media. Well, not even a main character, but the brother of one of the main characters, one of the most popular characters of Star Trek Next Generation, being Worf's brother Kern. Like,
Sure.
we're gonna get you on. We're gonna make you a Trekkie.
Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I got you.
No.
Don't do it, Katie. Don't.
I will not. Don't worry. Well, I'm not going to.
Don't do that to yourself.
I would never.
Any final thoughts on Tony Todd? Because, in all honesty, the reason we wanted to do this today is we lost an icon, we lost a legend, not just in the horror community, but again, throughout media, in many facets. And as I said, one of the nicest celebrities that I have ever had the pleasure to meet. And that seems to be the experience of a lot of people who've had the pleasure to meet him as well.
Very much agreed.
Yeah. No, I think that really sums it up.
Agreed.
All right. Well, you guys want to plug yourselves real quick?
All the time for you.
Well, go ahead.
First and foremost, as always, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be the honorary Oos of all things creation world. If you're interested in my shenanigans elsewhere, you can check the link tree in my bio. It will take you to all things for Botch Bots and Cheer Shots, Rivet City Radio, and Hot Like Sauce Barbecue.
Katie?
Put it down. Put it down. Stop. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13, link tree in my bio to take all things She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, and youtube.com/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. Yeah. Fun stuff.
And as always, you guys can follow me at Matt Rivers, at MateTTRDDR, for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content. That's this show. And everywhere else on social media at Smackin' and Raw, whether it is TikTok, Threads, Instagram, or Blue Sky. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and a chef by trade and mark by choice, Lee Will Gray, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and you have gotten offed.